Today I wanted to test how this Microsoft Surface laptop with Snapdragon X Elite processor performs in some games. There is just one quick test I want to share with you before we jump to gaming. And it's a new test for how long it will last running on battery. And I mean, I already did one test in previous video, and the link to that test will be displayed right now, but you guys asked me to test it again with something more demanding, like 4K videos, for example, with maximum brightness on. So that's exactly what I did, and these are the results I wanted to share with you. I realized the stopwatch was still running from the previous tests, so I've just reset it, and then you can see the battery is currently at 100%. The laptop has been just disconnected from the power supply, so I made it full screen. I made sure it's a 4K resolution, as you asked for that particular resolution, and the brightness is the maximum available. So that was running for a while. I decided to check it after 3 hours. As you can see, it's 3 hours 21 minutes exactly, and the battery life is 26%. So I left it running and checked again at 4:42, so 4 hours 42 minutes. You can see the battery life now is 7%. So the battery is drained. That's actually the point where I stopped this test and I connected the power supply again. But basically this means that this laptop with these settings will last around 5 hours, let's say, give or take. And in previous video, when I ran it in smaller resolution and with much lower brightness, the expected time it would run on battery was around 20 hours. So it is quite a big difference. But some might say that it would be expected. Alright, so let's see now how it performs in gaming then, because that's what the video is about. I first tried to run games that I expected to run fine. Hence, my first title I tried was Counter-Strike Source. In the settings, you can see the graphic settings, I left them as they were configured by the system. And this game performed very well. You can see the FPS at the top right corner. It exceeds 200 FPS very often, but it never goes below 100. And as you can see, it ran fine, generating loads of frames, constantly exceeding 200 FPS. So this game just works fine. So the verdict is yes, you can play this game and your laptop isn't even that bothered. The fun kicked in after a while, but you could still just barely hear it. Second game I tried was slightly more demanding, but nothing crazy. Still old title, which was Street Fighter 4 Ultra. And here you can see the graphics settings. Again, I left them as they were configured by the system after installation. I have also run the benchmark first, before trying the actual game. And as you can see, it looks very well. Average FPS is 132, and as you can see, the OS was detected as Microsoft Windows 8 for some reason, but the graphics adapter is exactly what I have here, Snapdragon X Elite E8100 with Qualcomm Adreno GPU. Then I tried the game, but you know what, I don't have joystick. I used to have joystick, I had to get rid of it. So this is my very first time I tried to play Street Fighter 4 using just the keyboard. And I know it looks terrible, but this is my very first approach to do anything using the keyboard in this game. But as you can see, you can play this game perfectly fine, you will get enough FPS to play it with no issues at all. Then I went for something much more demanding, which was Cyberpunk. So these are the settings. Again, I left them exactly as they were configured by the system. And I first tried to run the benchmark, see what this gives me. Sorry you have to look at my reflection. I just used my phone to record it. But you can see this isn't really playable. This is 20 FPS. It doesn't look bad in this benchmark. You can see those stutters, but it doesn't look really that bad. It will be a little bit worse in actual game though, which I will show you next. So now it exceeds 30 even, 30 FPS. No, down to 25 again. But looking at the benchmark, it doesn't look that bad. But now, this is the actual game, and I think I forgot to enable the FPS. But you can see it does struggle. It's not playable really. And this is pretty static scene. But what if you had to drive a car or something? That would be much more difficult. And the fan noise increased as well, but it was still relatively quiet. Just to confirm, you might have seen already that the laptop is connected all the time. You can see the cable on the right, sometimes. And it is running on recommended settings, Windows settings, rather than best performance, but you will not gain much using best performance. In Cyberpunk it will be like 2 frames or so, so it doesn't really change much. Alright, but I hope that helps, that gives you an idea where we are with gaming on this laptop. You can play something a bit more advanced than Minesweeper, so I hope you enjoyed it and thank you for watching. Bye.